Previously on Man Family Dinner.
So today we're talking about the birds and the bees.
I'm too old for that.
Y'all was supposed to be dating till y'all was 16.
So we could have sex.
I would turn it up in your house.
We are not about to do this.
No, we're not. I wasn't even the time I did it. I felt I didn't do it soon enough.
What is the proper way, as I would say, for you being a mom and you being a dad? What's the proper way to kind of have those conversations now?
I'm gonna beat your so and so.
No, you gotta have those conversations.
Like, what's the first thing that you would tell them? Or that you
One, I would say dive right into it. Don't try to don't be real with your kids.
Dive into the conversation. Yeah, because you said
the conversation we're talking about. Dive into the conversations, because raising preteens and teenagers, they're curious right now.
Yep.
As you can see, they start having sex at 13 and 14. Yeah. No, but seriously, so the way I explained it to the girls is your body is naturally gonna start going through things. I said, but there's so much more emotionally connected to sex that you ain't even, I said, that's a whole different, I said, so the physical act, you're gonna feel good at that moment. I said, but emotionally, you're too immature to even understand what sex really is about. Yes, pregnancy, STDs, but soul ties,
the
and all
intimacy of it and the mental aspect of it is.
I think the soul ties even go even further, kind of like you say with STDs, and that could be. But two, you just don't want to do anything that's life altering. You want to really be careful in your decision making.
Y'all heard that?
Don't be pressured. Don't be pressured into it just because somebody else is doing drugs, sex, anything that could actually lead you down a dark hole. I mean, even when it comes to stealing, you thinking you can go start picking up a piece of candy here and there, and you think that turns into you. Before you know it, you got a bag full of a whole bunch of stuff. So you really have to be careful in your decision making when it comes to life. We say birds and bees for sex, but that really goes with just life decisions. So we really have to be careful, and we really want to share this with you that some people get out there, y'all, and they don't make it back. Meaning they either die out there, or they go to jail, or you just got something that's following. You got a record that's following you for the rest of your life.
Because we have to be that good.
And we have to remember that as parents, our words matter. People they're listening to our words, so we can either set them up for success or we can set them up for failure.
And they hang on to them. Their inner thoughts, that's your voice. They hit. It's crazy.
We don't think they're listening, but
we don't think they're listening, but sometimes your kid's inner voice is you. And so I'm like, I'm more mindful about what I say. But when it comes to sex, we talk about every single thing.
So how would you approach D3?
Versus Jada.
That's another you. So you got to think about that. Take
He need times too. So I mean, with him, he's way more curious about it than Jada. But Jada's curious about it, but she don't want me to know that she's curious about it. So
that's the sneak part. She got.
We will not embarrass if you don't
if he shaking it more than 3 times, he playing with it.
No, don't. Y'all gonna embarrass him.
3 times, he playing with it.
But I did look at a video. I had a video the other day where he was telling us how babies were made, and I was like, he think French kissing. I'm like, why French kissing?
Nah, he thought babies came out people's butts.
Yeah,
and
so
I was gonna try to explain it to him. They was looking at me like this.
Not yet.
But then I'm gonna tell you, see,
He'll go to school
you got
and-
different kids that are like the influencers, and then you have kids that influence other kids. Yeah. And D3 is one of the kids that influence other kids to do stuff.
And you have to know your kid. You sit at
Jada ain't an influence. She's not that. D3, he gonna be up there teaching the whole class.
Know your kid. So
let me tell y'all.
But is that to say what she said? You got to tell him right, so he won't
Richard
be telling
Nixon
other
is
people
the devil,
wrong.
and let me tell y'all what else.
But that's why it's important to have the open conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. I can have an open dialogue, and D3's understanding is a lot better than Jada's understanding when it comes.
Jada gonna see this and she gonna go off on you.
First of all, she is. But Jada's understanding is I have to slow it down and say, hey, look, Jada, this is what you can and this is what you can't do. D3, I had to go and elaborate why you can't do this because D3 will make a statement like, well, you didn't say not to have sex, but you said not dating. He'll make that statement.
But why is it that, and this is something that I struggle with, like a couple of my friends was like, man, that's whack. You're going to make him wait till he's 16? You're going to make him wait till he have sex? I said, yeah. He need to wait like I want the girls to wait. To me, it wasn't a double. I didn't want to have a double standard. Yeah. But why is it that in society now we have this double standard? Like guys are like, yeah, I want my son to go out and bone everybody. I want him to go bone. But with our daughters, we like, I want you to keep. Precious and pure. No, I don't want my daughter having sex. Do you realize that daughter that you have, that some father's telling his son to have sex with your daughter?
It takes two people. But I want y'all to realize too, us as people, when you do have kids, that your life and things that happen that you've done, it actually comes around again in your kids. It's like some things, I don't know why that the Lord allow it to happen, but that's why we want to be really careful that our sins don't be passed down to our kids. That's like when you're talking about family curses, you just really want to figure out these things of how we handle each other, talk to each other. So your kids are still get along with each other and and it's not like we're always bickering, that we just learn to love each other. So when they get their kids, we learn to love each other, even though where you are, but understand each other. Right. So, it's just different things that when it comes to, like, to me, this Birds and the Bees, I love it because it just falls to me under a whole bunch of categories than what we put them all under.
I think it's important for families to talk about those uncomfortable conversations, to figure out so you know where they headed, so you know what the expectations are, so you have a comfortable and safe place to ask questions. And without somebody else's agenda or intentions being put on it, you can make sure that, health is maintained in those conversations you're talking about.
And it comes from having conversations. I don't suggest you just jump in. You ain't had a conversation with your kid ever and jump in. So, Birds and the Bees. Start by having conversation.
A build up.
Work your way to conversation. If it's conversation about how was school, how was this, let's have. And so you're building up the conversation. So once you do have these uncomfortable conversations, it's not just like
out of the blue.
And you know your kid. Everybody. Every kid is not the same. I have learned. Each and every one of you guys are different.
Cut in your own unique way.
You got your own shape and cut. So it's just
they all pretty much shaped.
No,
but but the thing is,
that's your first baby mama.
You have to know your kids. I don't like you right there. You have to really know your kid and know, like you just said, how to describe your kids and how to talk to your kid. Yeah. So just really, after you sit and observe, but it's good to, like you say, start with something because she don't want to talk about it at all.
I could care less.
Yeah.
She can say,
she's like, no, thank you. But Madison, I ain't gonna embarrass him, but they for sure be coming here like, Mama, hey, I heard this today. What this mean? I don't know what that means. What is this? And I'm
like,
that's
David.
Why are y'all talking like
Jada be like, I don't care. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Right.
See, I don't want to shelter her so much because David is so open and wild. Like he just, what we doing? Right. Where they going? Who all going?
But you do, as your daughter, you do shelter her. Like
a lot.
I do. I shelter, but in that is because I be wanting to push, but she don't want. It's not. Like she don't.
But you started it though.
I'm gonna ask a question.
You started. You have to be honest. Like I was talking, you have to be honest.
I do, but that's what
it's just like us. You basically, you go to toe and toe with daddy, but it's like for me and you like, nah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna say nothing to mom, but I just want. But I'm just saying you have to be like that with her, and I've told you that you have to be honest with her. And I think what happened to me is so many people thought, oh, precious little Tam.
She was getting her back blowed out.
That too. No one really, everybody, they sheltered me so much that I think that's, for us, even like conversations that a lot of deep conversations I've had with y'all and I've had with him that I've never had really with anybody because no one was like, you never did think about it. You trying to tell me.
You mean to tell me.
So see, stuff like that, to that extent, I don't know. I mean, it's like I didn't really have that. It's like I thank God for the love that people gave me.
You were more protected.
I was sheltered,
informed and educated about stuff.
And a lot of things.
They were just like, "No, come on."
Yeah, they just led me, but no one let me kind of, for instance, not that I wanted to do it, because a lot of things I did pick up from my sisters and saw them experience that I didn't want to experience, that I kind of put the wall up for myself. But some things I could have been explained a little bit better to, so I could even explain it to y'all as my kids.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question though.
Okay.
This is one of those father questions. Mm-hmm. So what is your reaction to your son having sex? What would your reaction be for your son? You find that your son had sex.
I mean, I don't want him to have sex early. I don't.
But he
really
come in at 14 and say, you found out you done had sex. What do you do?
Like, why? What was you doing? Or what happened? Like,
well, you know what happened.
Where were you at? This is what I have to keep from doing, because for one, I want them to live like, because we had a lot of people. We spent the night everywhere. A lot of times, like right now, my wife had a bad experience when she was a kid with her family members doing things inappropriately with other kids. So she shelters my kids, even like as far as them going out places. Mm-hmm. Like she just want to keep them covered because she had a horrible experience with one of her nephews. And it's understandable, but I do want them to live.
I mean, but so what would your reaction would be? Boy, what were you doing?
Yeah,
let me ask you another question. Same 14-year, you found out Jada had sex. Now what?
I'm gonna ask the same.
No, nigga, you flipping over tables and it's a little.
It is gonna be higher.
No, give me your reaction.
Why would your reaction?
Why is your reaction gonna be different?
Or why would it be higher?
Because
I know that's me. That's D3 is me.
Nah, I mean, because I do want her to hold her. Like, I was about to say something stupid.
Yes, you.
No, it's not stupid. It's just the truth. That's your true thoughts. That's your true thoughts.
Say what you was gonna say, but we will.
He's built rugged, right? He's built rugged. I want to keep her sacred. Is that?
That is the worst.
And you just gotta
It is
examine
the worst.
why
It is the
that
worst.
is.
It is the
Well,
worst.
why you don't want him to be sacred?
Well, I'm saying not that that's, but
I'm
that's
saying,
not
but
just how.
That's not just how I feel. That is how society feels.
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to be built for it tough as men, right? Like I feel like if he get dirty, he fine. If she get dirty, then I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to clean her up. I'm gonna have to wipe her down. I'm gonna have to fix this. I'm gonna have to, because her heart is way more. He can handle a heartbreak. She can't.
How you know?
That's an assumption.
You don't know.
I wish that was an assumption.
But I mean, a lot of people think that way as it pertains to men and women. Like men can take that, so don't worry about them. Don't check on them. They cool. They fine.
We hide it.
Right. And so like,
because with women, we take a lot of punches when it relates to heartbreak. Men,
but you're not alone in your thought process.
But but what I'm saying though is, even physical things, I can go to him and be brutally honest with him. She wants me to be brutally honest, but she can't handle that.
She breaks down.
I think she can.
I think
if you did it,
give it to her.
The more you
seen it happen.
I know, but the more you exercise something.
But you waited so late to give it to her.
But answer me this question. This is just to kind of keep us in this. Why is it that if a guy have sex with 5-10 women because he likes the feel of sex,
he's a brute.
He's knocking them down. And a woman who likes the same pleasure and feeling of sex, why is he labeled a hero and she's labeled a hoe? Why is that?
Or invaluable. I heard this dude say the more babies you have, like the more that your stock goes down.
I seen that on TikTok. It was
but the girl was like, "You mean birthing a human?" But it's unfortunately that's just.
Why is that?
I have no idea. I think I stopped trying to figure it out because I be getting frustrated.
I don't think we would ever know the answer to that.
Because I look at it like,
how do you change that mindset?
That's the key. Because like trying to find the root of where it came from is one thing, but actively in yourself and your mindset and in your actions and how you interact with your children, next generation, people around you. That is where we make the change and change the trajectory of that thought process.
And I think we've taken sex and made it such a dirty thing. You know, we go in the back alleys of intimacy is a wonderful. the age of 55, we've discovered another level. No, I'm serious.
You still coming up short?
Nah, we ain't coming up short.
We've discovered that is such a wonderful thing between two people that really love each other. But we've taken it and made it such a dirty subject, not a sacred thing.
But even when I talk to the girls, I make sure I mention that, like, hey, this is intimacy, companion intimacy. I explain to all that it's good to have. You get what I'm saying? I was like, it's just the stuff that come on the back end. You have to really emotionally prepare yourself. Like, you got to be prepared because that thing will wane.
With God, I'm gonna tell you what's the problem. The problem with sex is it's like a drug addict chasing that first high. You're always chasing that first. Chasing that first.
It was good, but I done had some more that was great.
Did you just say like what do you mean?
Because I'm enjoying it now that I enjoyed it when we first started out. But I'm in like it's like a no, I really am at another level now. It's just
there's warp level now.
But that kind of stuff make me excited because it means really you know what I'm saying?
I'm like really in a happy place. As far as my sex life.
That's because you're going through menopause.
And I don't know. Well, whatever's unhided, I like that part. And I don't like the sweat of menopause, but that part of the sex part, praise the Lord, it's a blessing.
And this is something that people don't talk about, like sex in your mid-50s.
In my marriage,
I can't wait till I'm like 65. It's like, I probably won't even have to need none. I just walk by.
Now the thing is you want to have a happy relationship. You want your marriage, your relationship to be happy. Who wants to be? I don't want to be with him and I'm not happy. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live like that, and I don't want to show. It's not a front. This is like for real. What's happening? This is what happens in our house. This is what goes on in our room. I'm happy in my bed. I'm happy in my life. I thank God for even all the ups and downs that we've had. But to be able to be at a point of understanding y'all is like
And that comes with years of growth.
And to really appreciate each other. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate each aspect, from y'all's lives. It's like, I don't understand y'all all the time.
And they don't understand us either.
And I know you don't understand mine, but I'm just saying, I'm just speaking this from my heart as your mother, that I do understand that we all have those.
Yeah, I don't understand why y'all still doing it this much at 55.
But I'm doing it more and it's even better.
All right. Well.
But that don't make y'all like a little bit like
excited.
It's
like something to look
forward to. I don't know why people think. Oh no! My point is, I don't know.
What make you think? Because old people.
Let me tell you something. My granny is 8 years, and she
You be talking to your granny about sex?
And she will talk about it like, I ain't gonna put this business out there because she.
But she's like really
talks about it like
she's like happy.
Her granny like 80, bro.
But see, it's not to me. I think.
Who said you gotta start the age? You gotta stop having sex.
But I think too, she's being celebrated.
And she's satisfied, like
she's
he was
satisfied
just
that
saying.
she's being celebrated in this relationship, and not just in a relationship and not happy in it. Because how we've been groomed is, I'm in this thing to take care of him, even when he make me mad as heck. I'm still gonna take care of him. That's how baby sister is. It's like I'm taking care of him, but now she's taking care of somebody, but somebody is taking care of her as well. She's getting it back.
And see, in your 20s,
reciprocated.
Having sex in your 20s is different than having sex in your 30s. Like in your 20s, it's like, if you didn't get none, that's on you. In your 30s, it's like, I'll wait a little bit, but if you didn't get none, that's on you. When you're in your 40s and 50s, it's like, girl, get yours. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. Yeah, in your 50s, it's like I want you solely satisfied. Girl.
Oh my
I want to make you. Yes, in your 50s, it's like you understand. Yes.
Then y'all having your thing. Wait for the end.
Yeah,
wait on it. Yes. Oh, praise him.
It is amazing. All y'all 50.
Grandbabies, that's what y'all got for to look for. Somebody
50.
gonna love you too.
So do y'all bring toys and loops?
Yes, honey.
Don't try to get shot now.
I'm saying yes, girl. Look at him. There is something that has been added. Something new.
Thank y'all for watching. No. Wait a minute, don't y'all even trip, cause
Something to bless your life. I told them women in that marriage conference we did a couple weeks ago, baby. Bless your life.
I'm gonna tell y'all,
Turn
they
your
the
life.
ones like
Y'all
told
did.
you about
Thank y'all.
that stuff.
Thank y'all. I appreciate you.
Let me tell y'all what this nut done.
I appreciate you.
On our anniversary, we had
First of all, I didn't think he was gonna take it.
He gave me a blue
he
pill.
gave me some kind of pill.
It was
Why
blue.
would you?
It was blue.
Why
would
do you think he would take it?
Why would you give your father something?
I thought
for
it was just a joke. I thought he was going.
You know, his
Oh,
party.
you're not getting up. That's gonna have one of these.
He gave me this pill
wasn't having no
on our
problems getting
anniversary.
up.
Wait a minute. He gave me this pill on our anniversary.
didn't.
Hey, he gonna talk about, Daddy, take this. And so I took it,
This was
and
my
I went
Matter
to.
of fact, we got it from Uncle Bell, the one. You know,
Y'all better leave me alone. So I take the pill and I go to sleep thinking like, 'cause I was already tired, and I wake up and it's like, oh my God. Dear, you gotta wake up, look at that, look at this, you gotta wake up, look at this, look at this.
I took one on Friday, Sunday morning service. I still had one.
I promise
The
you,
choir raised and sold it out.
That's terrible.
I woke up, I said, look at this, you gotta see this, you got to see this.
I had Jack and the Beanstalk.
Nah, I wasn't on that.
What's the skin around the top of it?
Hey, it's important to know your family, know your kids, talk to your kids about everything. You would rather for them to learn it from you at home than them to learn it on the street. Because trust me, that we don't want the internet to teach them what we can teach
That's
them
the
and
difference
express to
with
them.
now, yeah.
So be mighty careful with your kids and let's groom them where they can be complete. We want productive and complete children and families.
But they still gonna learn some stuff on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, you probably will.
Because the hub got a bunch of categories.
Wow!
I used to be getting,
I got accused.
getting porno tapes.
Yeah, but
I used to make them and sell them.
somebody thought it was me on the internet. Like I had a friend who worked on computers, and he looked in and was like,
That was him that time.
no, you a lie. He thought it was me. Turns out, I was like, I promise you, I don't know.
Turns out that was his search engine. It was all BBW. There wasn't no me at that time.
And I'm like, who could? We found out my office was.
Light-skinned BBW. That was all him. That had nothing to do with me.
My office was near his room. He had took my office phone, my computer, everything, and made it his
You
own.
gotta be smart, man. I had my own line. Everybody else had to wait on the phone.
Because you gotta think about these things.
That's because they didn't think of it. You can't think. You can't partake if you ain't think of it.
This is the office.
He took his whole side of the house.
Hey, this is not gonna end. We love y'all. Thank y'all. Like, subscribe, tell somebody, and remember.
Never let a day go by without telling your family you love them. I love y'all weirdos.
Love you.
I love y'all
Love
weirdos.
more, judge less. See y'all.
That is the dumbest thing. Y'all got kids.
Dang, my dog.
Huh? You say
The whole episode.
who?